3 tips for your handstand. I love a pole handstand, and hopefully after these tips you're going to love it too. Tip number 1, try different entries. You might find that you really hate one entry and prefer another one, so try a few different ones and hopefully you'll find the one that works for you. You can bunny hop into this one. If you bunny hop, really make sure you lift your hips over your shoulders. If you bunny hop, you want to think about kicking your feet to your bum, and you want to think about lifting your hips over your shoulders. Usually you think you're in line hips to shoulders when actually you're quite far away. So think about kicking your feet to your bum as you're lifting your hips over your shoulders. You can kick into this handstand, and when I say kick, I want you to think more of a lift into it than a kick, but your legs are going to be apart. You can also leave your outside leg slightly close to the ground so that you know you can always land on this foot if you need to. And of course, you can deadlift into this one if you want to as well. There are a few different entries, but usually the bunny hop and the kick are good starting points. Tip number 2, get rid of the fear. I know a lot of people don't want a handstand because they're worried about falling over. The good thing about this one is that if you kick too hard, you actually go into a walkover, which, although it might be faster than you want, it's actually a really safe exit. Your top shoulder turns back into a normal thumb up position, so you won't hurt it at all. Your bottom hand that's on the floor should naturally swivel around, and you should land on your feet. Again, it might be a bit faster than you want to, but as long as you keep pushing through the bottom arm and pulling with the top arm, you should be safe even if you tumble out of this one. Tip number 3, use the body. I use my arms to stabilize me a lot more than is obvious. My bottom hand is always pushing as much as I can, but my top hand is really pulling. If I don't lift my hips high enough, that top hand can correct that, and as I pull, I can move my hips over my shoulders. The bottom hand is continually stabilizing me. I constantly look down, I squeeze my core, and I think about squeezing my thighs together as hard as I can. And of course I point my toes. The key for this one, I would say, is using that top hand more than you think. It's quite easy to push the bottom arm, but you kind of forget to pull with the top arm because it's already holding onto the pole. So actively try and pull with that top arm and hopefully that'll be much easier. Let me know in the comments below how you prefer to get into your handstand. If you want to see a full tutorial for this move and many more moves, check out studio.polefreaks.com for more. Bye now! Thank you for watching and I hope you liked this video. If you want to see more, check out my moves from a flatline Scorpio video, which I'll post somewhere around here. Bye!